The source material for this reaction video has been edited for pacing. Dead air and unrelated material have been removed, but clips remain chronological and in context, for edutainment purposes only. A D20 has entered the conversation, and I'm not the one who introduced it.
It's my hot body, I'll do what I want.
It's showtime.
Ian says Charlie shouldn't be so pressed about what people say about him online. I know. And this is where he should have cut it off.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
That is not a good morning facial expression. Is something wrong?
I hope you guys are enjoying your morning.
How kind of you?
2 a.m. Morning. 2 a.m.'s a warning in my world.
I talked to Ariel and she says we're not part of your world, so...
Thanks for being here. Ian used apology and rolled a nat 20.
It wasn't, though. It was like a 5, and the DM threw the game.
Interesting. I haven't heard that perspective. A nat 20.
His pleasure at the compliment indicates his understanding of the nerd code.
I'm a fan of the results. Oh yeah, I'm a fan of the results as well, but it all comes with caveats. You know, life is complicated, and I, like, to be honest, after seeing the, you know, Ethan being so direct and no nonsense about, I'm dropping it and all that jazz.
Right up here is where I store the juice and all that jazz.
Is he doing this on purpose?
I was like, oh, maybe this is the start of something new and good.
I think there should be an intervention before Ethan takes him back.
But it seemed like it was just, I don't know, one moment of clarity.
Ian is only familiar with post-nut clarity.
I did want to talk about the apology a little bit, and just how I got there.
That feels a little personal. Maybe you should write it in a journal?
I really genuinely don't want to talk about Ethan. I know he's not going to follow that rule. He's made it very clear, like...
What rule? There are rules? Who set the rules?
He wants to keep that lane open for himself, to just, you know, continue to harass and all that.
It doesn't count as harassment if you threw the first 10 stones.
But for sure, really, I want to, you know.
I don't know. What, I gotta mix it up.
I don't want to get into the position where I got before, where I kind of felt like I, you know.
I don't know. Seriously, why do people keep saying this?
I needed to participate.
But you started it.
But firstly, I will tell you, our bathroom is like 90% complete.
Are you trying to tell me you had no bathroom?
Maybe 95% complete. There's some small things that we need to do. I think we need to install the super toilet.
I thought toilets were 30% of a bathroom.
That's what we're calling it.
You're naming your new toilet Audrey 2? No, wait, that's just me. That's in my head.
A super toilet? Bathroom stream? Oh, we should do a bathroom stream. That would be sick.
I don't want to see your bathroom stream. I can make my own bathroom streams.
You guys want to see the tile?
Did you set it yourself by hand?
Job.
Okay, bathroom jokes aside, he goes on for like 20 to 30 minutes about all of the issues they're having with their bathroom, and they're not the kind of bathroom issues I find entertaining, so we're gonna skip ahead.
I guess I'll talk about the apology a little bit, or not necessarily the apology, but kind of my headspace going into it.
That's almost exactly what you said before you went on the bathroom spiel. Do you have notes you're reading from?
Because, I don't know, some people are... I don't think most people are confused.
Oh, Oh, confused is lolcow terminology for you didn't believe the lies I told you.
Because I was gonna do the apology whether or not Ethan Klein, like there was no guarantee that Ethan Klein would,
He's employing a psychological trick of saying Ethan's first and last name so that he can establish within himself that the Ethan he's talking about right now is a new Ethan, the evil Ethan, the legal Ethan, and not his old friend.
I guess I just miss my friend.
would drop the lawsuit, right? So, and in Canada, you know, you are in a lot of ways incentivized to solve this and make apologies, and it isn't counted as like an admission of guilt necessarily.
Look, kid, you'll be legally secure if you just make an apology, see? Sorry, I can't do Canadian. It's a little too Marge Gunderson still.
So, it's kind of like, why wouldn't you, especially if it makes you feel a certain way? So I was actually coming back from wood class, and oh yeah, and that's also important to know. There were no behind the scenes like conversations or negotiations or arrangements between Ethan and I.
For the fifth time, we know your apology was lame and it was all about you and your feelings.
You know, I came to this on my own.
Pretending he's beside me.
And yeah, I was driving home from wood shop, and I was talking to my buddy Clay.
Clay's not in wood shop. He's in the ceramics class next door.
And I was complaining to him because I was like, you know, this shit was fresh. And I was like, I found myself like, you know, complaining about how like, you know, unfair it is, and how, you know, Ethan's going after all these smaller creators, and the harassment campaign is just...
That sounds heavy. Was Clay able to keep his shape after all this drama dumping?
You know.
No, I don't know what version of this history is in your head.
Year after year, and he's made it clear.
Lovely poetry, but what do you mean year after year? It hasn't even been 2 years.
That he doesn't want to stop. When I've communicated that I'm cool with being done with it.
Your method of communication is inferring somebody doesn't want to spend time with you because they have to take care of their kids. I don't think you've communicated what you think you've communicated.
And he says, well, the same doesn't apply for me. I'm going to keep going. Like that sort of shit, like...
Serves you right. You helped bring his kids into this, man. You did that more than once.
It you know, it builds up. It's frustrating.
I wonder what kind of man this conversation molded Clay into.
But as I was explaining...
Whining. The word you meant to use was whining.
This to my friend, I realized like the thing that's upsetting to me is the fact that I don't feel like I have like a clear conscience.
Did you realize before or after Clay pointed that out to you?
I felt like I got way too caught up in the, like, being reactive and being like, well, this guy's not leaving me alone, so I guess I gotta engage.
Which isn't something most adult males would say in these kinds of situations.
And it really sucked in my head, like, thinking about how, you know, even Charlie covering it, you know, there's all these people talking about it.
So once again, your motivation was your ego. You didn't like the fact that people disapproved of your actions.
I don't, like, you know, I don't want to die on this hill.
Public opinion, not guilt, is what led to your apology.
Like, there's a lot of lawsuits that, you know, Ethan's engaged in, like the what is it? What's the word? The copyright ones. The reaction ones with Denham's, Casey, and Frogan.
Ever the faithful soldier.
And then there's the other one with Noah Sampson. And I'm like, I can understand why they would want to stand on business with something like that.
By stand on business, he means pay for lawyers.
But I really don't feel like there's any business to stand on with something like this. It's like, yeah, it's clear. As long as I can be true to myself.
You can't be true to yourself if you don't know who you are.
And say like, yeah, I've been harassed and it got me to this point where I was being irresponsible.
You were being irresponsible before you did Content Cop Ethan Klein. That was sort of a climax of irresponsibility.
It felt like such a proper and normal admission for myself.
Me. My name. I call myself me.
to not involve people's kids in something like that.
That's really weird because, like, a year previous to that, you were perfectly willing to throw somebody's kids to the wolves.
And I'm like, that's such an, like, what a no-brainer apology for me, personally.
Do you understand? I felt it in my soul that what I did was wrong. But not every time I did it, just the last time.
You know, other people might not feel that way, but
You shouldn't be considering other people who don't think that kids are off limits because there's something wrong with those people.
I kind of feel like that is, you know, it's easier to feel that way if you weren't the person who said it.
Because your ego can't take that you are wrong.
Or presented it, I should say. And, yeah.
No, none of that made sense.
You know, let the fucking, like, let destiny, die on that hill. You know what I mean?
Better than you do.
Like, that doesn't need to be my hill to die on.
He's trying to disassociate himself from his actions again.
I'm glad he accepted it. Yeah, I'm glad too. I was there and I got a little cringe when you did it. Exactly, Fuzzy Cat. It's one of these things where it's like, I was not doing what my soul wants for me.
That's not your soul, that's your ego, and it was injured by having millions of people believe that you were an asshole.
And yeah, that's like kind of all you can do. It really, you know, ultimately the whole experience was like a proper wake-up call for me to get my head back in the game.
New era incoming in 3, 2, 1. New era is here.
Because the game, I just want to get back on the tracks where I'm not engaging in that shit.
Yeah, from what you've said about your bathroom remodel, you've got real shit to deal with.
You know, I still want to, I don't want to be a soft target, you know what I mean? Because that's kind of the problem in the first place, is being a soft target.
Then stop doing what you're doing right now. Soft targets expose their underbellies. You're exposing your underbelly to predators and saying, rip me open, please.
I do hope this doesn't mean that Scorched Lagoon isn't coming back. I will be honest. The Scorched Lagoon, I did like it as a fun little gag. So Scorched Lagoon will be around as a gag.
What? So I'm a gag to you? You think I'm funny?
But maybe Scorched Lagoon can do his own type of apology.
Please don't do that.
To you guys for not being here.
Aw, never mind. That's sweet.
The people react tubing to your apology already talked about you being a pussy or cuck.
I'll stand by the pussy, but I don't think he's actually a cuck. It's just funny that people say he is.
So they aren't changing their mind. It doesn't matter what they think. Those that like you agree with this apology. Right, it's a reasonable thing.
It's not reasonable. It should be de facto. You should never be going after someone's kids or in any way defaming someone to imply that they hurt their children.
And it's a little bit disappointing to see some, I guess, more progressive people be blind to that idea.
What idea? The idea of apologizing? That's a them problem.
And it sort of made me realize, like, oh shit, like, you aren't as morally consistent as you think you are.
Because the people you speak of are like you and operate by ego.
Kind of deal. It's like, what a weird, also not empathetic to like on a case-by-case basis. I don't know. The inflexibility of it is sort of repulsive to me.
It's too late. You're stuck with them now.
Steezy P says, I think you're being a little too hard on yourself, man, but I'm glad you put up the apology to clear your own conscience. Well, exactly.
Ooh, I love a good malapropism.
That is the point. It reminds me, a similar response to the, even the initial apology, right? Or not initial apology, the one that I did that Charlie initially reacted to a couple years ago, apologizing for the slur usage and stuff.
Are we getting back into the deep lore? You know, like 10 years ago?
There were a lot of people who had the exact same response, which is like, well, I wouldn't do it, or didn't feel that bad. Didn't feel that bad to me.
Who said this? Your viewers?
And it's like, this is like an exercise in you using your brain. Maybe use your brain. Because a lot of people seem to be a little bit trapped in their own brain.
You just told them to use their own brain. Now they're trapped by their own brain. Which is it, man?
Charlie's take on that was so fucking weird. Yeah, it is funny though, I will say.
That laugh is his tell. Lie incoming.
Like the 1 or 2 times that Charlie covers an iDub story happens to be like this weird tightrope walk of like, all right, who's right, who's wrong?
What are you talking about? The videos I reacted to had him squarely on your side against litigation.
You know, I'm definitely not, looking at which way the wind's blowing at all.
He wasn't. He gave 2 spiels about how Ethan Klein is wrong to sue people. You're getting these talking points off Reddit, aren't you?
Charlie's opinions have changed a lot over time. Have they, Cohen? What's an example of that? I am curious, genuinely, because I don't watch Charlie's content.
Obviously not. If you did, you'd know he made 2 videos about being on your side.
Yeah, I hate how much he fence sits, but I use him as a vibe on the general online consensus on any topic.
Critical media literacy is dead. Charlie gets his information from Reddit.
That's interesting. I like that perspective, where it's like, he should probably lean into that, where he's like,
Hear that, Charlie? Keep doing what you're doing.
yeah, this is I'm an online temperature check for where we're at. Ooh, that's what Charlie should name. And anytime he's got to cover like a drama thing, he should call it the vibe check.
He doesn't need the idea, but you do. Why don't you try that?
And say like, I'll give you my opinion at the end or something like that.
Isn't that like one of the oldest genres of YouTube video?
But like, just there needs to be a little bit more like searching around the internet and, maybe seeing what some people say, a little bit more Philip DeFranco coded.
Yeah, you've invented something that already exists.
I just want to say so proud of everything you do, Ian. If more people thought like you and reflected, the world wouldn't be so hurt so badly. Yes. That's also another thing.
You're not even gonna say thank you?
Like, I think about I just feel like, I don't know, we do the same thing and we get so focused on reacting the same way and being like so steadfast. I think being able to admit fault is a good thing.
It's an essential part of a stable adulthood.
Because we aren't always right, and I do think it makes you way more, especially if there's some pressure to do it. And breaking free from that pressure, I think is important.
Do.
We've been fucking like I am not happy with the Ethan Klein lawsuits at all. But I would hope that this situation and walking away from it and realizing, hey, that's another thing I don't need to, litigate online or worry about like public perception over would transfer to the other lawsuits or decision to sue people in the future. That would be a nice thing.
You think your apology is so good that Ethan Klein shouldn't sue people for copyright infringement?
Because I don't think anyone needs it,
No, I don't know. You seem to be on some sort of ego trip.
I don't think it's good for Ethan to do the lawsuits. I don't think he's protecting himself. I think ultimately he wants people to, if I had to speculate, I think that he just wants to be heard and validated.
You don't have the emotional IQ to be using that therapy speak.
In his experience online and offline.
You still haven't apologized about that.
And, number one of the easiest ways to get that.
You were a party to this. You were part of it. Why are you talking about this like you don't know the details?
Is like family and friends. But if you want more of a neutral third party and actually professionally reflect, therapy is a great tool.
Then why aren't you using it?
But that would just be probably the start of something like that.
Oh, shut up, you. You've never even battled a major depressive disorder.
Yeah. I just don't think the situation is improving over there.
How can you project that far from all the way up north?
And, I want everyone to get healthier and feel better.
No, you don't. You don't even take care of yourself.
And I hope that for Ethan, he gets healthier and feels better. And I don't know, like...
This is the same bullshit you and Anissa were pushing a year ago, trying to say that he was having mental health issues. This is disgusting.
I don't know if there is a way to communicate that specifically.
Motherfucker, you stay the hell away from the Kleins.
Without it sounding like I'm on my fucking high horse, because I feel like that is a natural, like, reactive response to maybe fans of his or him himself.
Oh, honey. Oh, that is not what the intelligent people are thinking. We don't think you're on a high horse. We think you're on a hobby horse because you're a child.
Or the crew is to say like, oh yeah, you think you know what's going on in my life. You have no idea. And
That felt racist.
it's like, what the fuck? Like, I genuinely just want people to be at peace. And it doesn't feel like, continuing to make content about other people is necessarily, indicative of feeling like you have control and that you are at peace.
You're telling us you're not at peace? How can we put your spirit to rest?
It's crazy how normal it can feel to be very mentally unwell. Well, you get lulled into it, dude. You're a frog in boiling water.
You know it's not true, right? There's a certain temperature at which point the frogs will jump out of the fucking pot. They actually experimented with that apologue in the 19th century. The frogs will jump.
Like, I've felt that. Like, none of these things are unique, right? Everyone experiences it. Like, you do not want to be the frog in boiling water where the boiling water is your, like...
You're already using one metaphor. Don't mix in another.
It's a lot of things, right? Like, it's your emotional state. It's the ability to check in with yourself.
I do know. The water in the boiling pot is a metaphor for a problem or situation.
It's hate. It's it's family and friends. They're part of the boiling water, right? Because if you surround yourself with people who think a certain way,
We're not just mixing metaphors, we're vivisecting them.
like, you are, like, it's so hard to break out of that, dude.
Break out of what? Loving friends and family?
Your family's that way. Your friends are that way. You almost need to fucking just run away for good. Like I've experienced it a little bit with family, where when you go back, when you've been separate for long enough and you go back, you realize how you were lulled into this way of thinking about things.
They raised you in a certain way. It's your family you're talking about, not a cult.
And in some cases, it is just like family dynamics where you fulfill a certain role because you feel like you need to either keep the peace or whatever it is. And it sucks.
Great news. That's pop psychology bullshit. You're speaking out of your ass and none of this has any real meaning.
Because to be honest, there is like this, I don't know. There's just like no way of doing it online, right? Like if you, like the most grass-touching behavior that you can do is never go online.
Metaphorical grass or literal grass? And if you've got grass, you should be passing that around. Don't be stingy.
And there's also this conflict of interest a little bit where, like, if you then go online and you post pictures or illustrate that you're out and about, either interacting in the world, that still is just like, I don't know, it's a little bit of a, to me it reads as like disingenuous or fake.
What did you just call Anissa?
I thought it was crazy that Charlie was making a big deal about not being online that much. Yeah, I mean, I think he's probably online a fair bit, but it's probably a mixed bag, right?
Like licorice all sorts?
Like he probably has like anyone, friends and people to interact with and do things.
Like your woodshop friend that you made out of clay like a little dreidel?
But it upset me a little bit, or made me feel bad for Charlie that he was so hurt by like Mike from PA sounding off.
We do not speak of Mike from PA.
On this shit, and I'm like, that's fucking, you're not gonna, like, Charlie, you're not gonna be liked by everyone. Like,
these guys are constantly giving each other advice that they should be following themselves.
like everyone, like you're gonna get complaints from Mike PA for probably most of the moves that you make. And that isn't a shocker.
Because Mike from PA has a grievance with everything and everybody.
Like, it's fucking Mike from PA. Like, we get it. Like,
see, Charlie, even Ian knows not to listen to him.
Like, he's gonna be hard on you. He's gonna, and they're very political people over there, right?
They're not actually political. They're just posturing. They're whiners.
Like, they like strong statements. They don't like people being wishy-washy.
And they really hate you.
If you change your mind, if you change your mind.
you know? And you have to accept that fact. Like, you have millions of viewers. You have order of magnitude higher viewers than, you know, Mike from PA. Don't feel so bad that he... that he's frustrated and the audience is like, fuck this guy.
You're saying that in the hierarchy of content creators, Mike from PA is too small a bug for Charlie to be bothered with? What about you?
You gotta be okay with hate online.
You're not.
That was a strange experience, is watching Critical just sort of play the Mike from PA clips. I'm like, yeah, dude, this is Mike. You're not gonna win them over.
Don't forget the Redditors. They hurt his feelings too.
I think it's the same reason that a lot of people are involved in a lot of the drama online. I think they deeply care.
Do you think that they're like fanishly devoted to following your careers?
And it is kind of a bit of a life simulation.
No, it's not. That's like saying 90 Day Fiancé is a life simulator.
Like, a lot of these things, like, you do experience if you are offline. Like, none of these things are, like, that crazy.
Don't pretend you'd know. You're never offline.
They're, you know, they're interpersonal relationships. And they're examples of people feeling wronged and someone else feeling like they didn't do anything wrong.
He's just making it about himself again.
And that's how it goes. And you get lots of exposure to that in real life if you are touching grass.
What's that, man?
And you have a normal job, or you have a third space, or you have groups that you go interact with. But a lot of people online, because they don't have a lot of that.
No, not everyone is online as some sort of alternate social life. Maybe you were, but that's not the way most people use social media.
And they're not seeing it. They don't have too many examples to pull from.
It just occurred to me that he's calling Mike from PA a basement dwelling troll, and I'm here for that.
And so, you know, the dramas that happen, like, you know, with Ethan and I, for lack of a better word.
That's multiple words.
I know it's a serious thing, but for a lot of people, it is just drama. They're able to look at the situation and make a decision about whether or not it is a right or wrong thing. Who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and sort of like piece it together for themselves.
Making judgments isn't online-only behavior, it's human behavior.
And I think Charlie's interested in that sort of stuff because he cares. I think Charlie cares. I think a lot of the slop tubers, they do care, but they're trying to do it from a perspective of audience capture and like maintaining their either anonymity or their like track record online.
With you on the anonymity, but some of us don't even have a track record yet.
And the longer all of these slop tubers stay online, the longer their track record is like exposed to the public.
I think he means digital footprint.
And it makes it harder, you know? It makes it harder.
Silly me. He was just talking about himself again. Thanks for taking this ride with me. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. We're cheaper than Disney. And let me know below, when you're in public, how much body scratching is too much body scratching? See you next time.